What's going on, guys? My name is Matthew and welcome to my tutorial. In this video, we'll be going over how to use the 3D camera tracker, its uses and its purposes. Let's dive in. All right, guys, so let's dive on in here. So we are now in Adobe After Effects, and I've got open here a piece of footage that is stock footage of Lower Manhattan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly drag through here so you can see how the footage moves. So you can see it's a pretty basic drone shot. We are headed over the Brooklyn Bridge, and we're getting closer and closer to that iconic Lower Manhattan skyline. Let's go back. And what we'll do is we'll go over here to our footage. We will right click and we will select New Comp from Selection. Now we've got our footage in our sequence down here. So what we'll do is we'll go over to Effects and Presets and we'll type in 3D Camera Tracker. And we have it over here. What we'll now do is we'll take it, drag it onto our footage, and you'll now see that it's analyzing the footage frame by frame. So this is the first of two steps. Now going over here to the left, we can see that it's starting to analyze. It's initializing, and it will soon go through frame by frame until it's reached the end. You can see here that there's about 768 frames total, and it will take about a minute to complete. All right, so now it's solving the camera. So this is the second of two steps, and that basically just means that it's wrapping up, for lack of a better term. And now you can see that we're all set. So you can see, especially here on the Brooklyn Bridge, that there's a bunch of dots that we can choose from. Looking a little bit closer, you can also see that there are some dots here, some skyscrapers. I'll zoom out again, and what we'll do for this example is we'll take this center green dot right here. We're going to right click. And you can see that there's a few options you can choose from. You can create text in camera, you can create solid in camera, and you can create null in camera. You can even delete that selected point. But for this particular example, I'm just going to focus in on the text and null options. So let's go ahead and select text. Now in our sequence down here, we have the 3D tracker camera and we have the text. I'm going to go ahead and double click on the text. And we'll write in a quick example here. I'll just go ahead and write New York City. The next thing I'll do, just for the sake of this example, is I will click on S to get to the scale, and I'll just drag this down a little bit. Perfect. Now I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to drag this to the right to skip forward in time. And as I do this, you can start to see what's happening here. Effectively, the text is remaining on a portion of the bridge the entire way as we go forward. So it's almost as if the text is a part of the bridge and the drone is just skipping by it. Now I'm going to go back and I'm just going to press the spacebar to play the footage. And you can kind of see it in real time. Pretty cool, right? So you can really get a sense of the opportunities that you can create here. And you can see that it's a commonly used technique, especially in more cinematic introductions. It's really cool and it's pretty simple to achieve. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on Command Z a couple times just to go back to our original selection here. Let's go ahead again to that green dot, right click, and do Create Null in Camera. Now, similar to before, you can see that we have the 3D tracker camera, but now we have a track null right up here. Now, what is the purpose of this? Well, what we can do is we can press P on the keyboard and we get our position value. Let's go ahead and click on position and select Command C on your keyboard. That would be Control C if you're using a Windows computer. Now I'll go ahead over here to Project. I'm going to take this New York City vector image that I brought in, and I'm going to bring that down here. I'll just make a couple of size adjustments, namely with the scale. The next thing I'll do is over here, you can see it says 3D layer. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And now the vector image that we brought in is a 3D layer, similar to the track null and the 3D tracker camera. I'm going to go ahead and press P on the keyboard. Click on position. And on the keyboard, press Command V. And what I did was I just gave the vector image the same positional value as the track null. Now let's go ahead and drag this to the right. Notice something? Similar to the text before, the vector image is sort of part of the bridge here. And it more or less stays in the same place as the shot moves. Now, even though I gave this a specific positional value, what I can also do is I can take it and move it to a new spot. So let's say I put it up here on top of the Brooklyn Bridge. And let's drag this to the right. And I'll just go back, click out of this so that you can see this a little bit easier. And you can see that no matter where we put it, it's creating that similar effect. I guess in this scenario, it's kind of more floating in front of the bridge than being a part of the bridge. But still, you can see the kind of effect that it creates. And it really gives you a sense of the possibilities that you have when you play with the 3D camera tracker. Pretty cool. All right, guys, that's the tutorial. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Please comment below. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell to get notified every time I release a brand new video. And I hope to catch you guys soon. Take care.